All right, you're welcome back to training on Google Docs, and this one is on Google Slides. And this is a very interesting part of the training. I wanted to pay good attention. So we stopped with the Google Doc. We created, in the My Drive, we created a folder called AI Training. If we go back there, the Google Drive, you would see AI training, which we created. This is our folder. Okay, and right inside it, if you double click, you will see the module 1. All right. So right now, I'll just quickly take us through walking around the Google Slide environment. All right. So we go again like we did. We're still on the folder AI training. We click on new. And then we now click on the first time we did Google Doc, right? Now we're going to Google Slides. All right. Google Slides. We want to create an equivalent of a presentation. In Microsoft, we call it Microsoft PowerPoint. In Google environment, we call it Google Slides. And just like we did in the Google Doc, we'll name our document, all right? Now, in the Google Slide, we call the document a presentation. You can see there it says it has untitled presentation. Now, we want to name the presentation, and we're going to call it AI training reports. Okay, you can delete what you have there and you say AI training report. All right, and then you can click on start editing. So what you see here is what you call a presentation environment. So in Google Slides, for example, we call our pages slides. All right. Meanwhile, in Google Doc, we call our pages normal pages. But in the Google Slide environment, you call the pages slides. So what you're looking at here is one slide, which is the very first slide here. So on every side, you have what we call a layout, which is the way the text will be arranged or the way an image will be arranged. All right, so here you can see, click to add title. So if you're going to add a title, all you do is to click in there and say module 1. Okay, we'll say there's a report, so module 1. And then what is our module 1? We'll click here and say maybe the importance of AI. All right, so that's our module 1. We already have one slide already. So we now want to have a second slide. So we have a shortcut, which is the Control plus M key, and that gives you immediately another slide. Now, how do we change the layout? All right, so we have module 1, we have a layout that has module 1, importance of AI. We have another slide here which has a totally different layout. How do we change the layout? Okay, so there are several ways. We can right click on the slide, okay, which is like a shortcut, and click on apply layout. You can see what we have there. Okay, when you right click, all this information we have here, we can also see it on the file, edit, view, insert, and all of you. But there's a shortcut, right click on it, and now click on apply layout, move your mouse and choose which layout. So what you do building a presentation is to first of all have an idea of what exactly you want to present. So in this training, for example, I want to present like a report. For example, you want to give a report at your school or at your place of work about a workshop you attended. You want to make a presentation to the organization, for example. That's what we're trying to do. So we want to do a report on the AI training that we are having. So you now think of how many slides am I going to have? How do I want it to be? So I'm going to talk about maybe like modules. We have 6 modules, for example. So I know I'm going to have 6 slides and maybe like a thank you or maybe like an intro slide, for example. So in this second one, I may want it to look like the first one. So I can choose exactly what we had. You can see the different names of the layout, title slide, section header, So we go to insert, and then we can scroll up and say image. No, before we do that, let's have a slide layout that would, make for us to put an image. So click on the right, click on the slide 4, you click on apply layout, and then we come look for a layout that would help us to arrange an image properly. Let's take a title and 2 columns, for example. Okay, so title and 2 columns. You can decide to, okay, I'm on the zoom now, so I'm going to take it out of the zoom and take it back to the 100%. Okay, good. So now on this fourth slide, we can choose to add another title for our slide. Maybe we'll talk about different AI tools. Okay, different AI tools. And here we're going to bring in an image here. All right, so let's go to insert once again, image, and then to say generate an image. Then you can also upload from computer. Let's see if we can generate an image for ChatGPT, which is one of the AI tools we're going to be using. So I'm going to give this AI an instruction. We call it a prompt. I'm going to say image showing chat GPT, maybe icon or something. Okay, let's click on enter, and it's created. So you are going to see the power of AI as we go on, and then you know that you don't need to really waste your energy doing so many things. But don't forget, what we're trying to do here is to learn how to move around the Google slide environment, which is equivalent to the Microsoft PowerPoint. All right. Okay, so we have an image here already. Good. So we can just drag it into this and reduce it. Make it to be small enough to enter into the box that we have here. Okay. Yeah. We can move it right here. We can remove the background if you want to. Okay. Now this next part here, we would let's leave the generator and image alone now. Let's put in an image from our computer. So what do we do? You can click on insert once again. Was your image background removed successfully? Yes, it was. All right, first reload. Those are network issues. Yes. So you're going to be discovering a lot. So I would not want to waste time on so many things. I'm just giving you the basics. So here we want to insert an image from our computer, which we did earlier, okay, while working in the Google Doc environment. So I'm just going to bring in any of the images and put it in here, right? So we'll reduce it and put it right here. Ensure it enters into the box that is created just to create a neat presentation. All right. So, oh, we're supposed to bring in different AI tools. Okay, so here we're supposed to bring in another AI tool, but just for the sake of our training. So we have 4 slides now, and you can also format the text like we did. You can make this bold. You can increase the size and all of that and all of that. I don't want to waste too much time on that. You can keep, this is a fill color, so it will fill the box that you're using. So let's fill it up. with this color. You can see that actually make it very interesting. All right, that's the fill color. Then this is the border. You can decide that you want this ChatGPT borderline to have a color, so you can choose green. I'm just letting you see what you can do. You can also increase the thickness of the border, and that's what you see here, border weights. All right, and make it like 8. Okay, this is the one it's applying to. You can click on this one and increase the border to 8 as well. Good. So this presentation or the Google slide gives you room to create. You can be very creative with whatever you're doing, maybe with your students or with in your office or whatever you're doing. You can make use of this. So all other things are just like the Google Doc we worked on earlier. All right. You can have another slide and say Control M. All right. And what else did we bring in here now? Search. You would need to do a lot of discovering by yourself. Just know how to move around. Okay, just know how to move around. So you can also insert diagrams, tables, charts, word art, so video. Yes, you can bring in video, audio, facial characters, and all that. You can do that here. So please check on it. The word art is like a creative writing tool. So we can decide to write word arts and see what I'm talking about. All right, so you see there. So this is a word art. It's like a creative writing. So you can edit. I made a mistake there, so I can edit using your yes, word art, and then you press enter, and that's it. So that's word art. So you can use several things. You can be creative. Just make sure that it makes sense. Okay, make sure that it makes sense. Whatever you're doing, you can maybe use that in the title and flash whatever you need to write. All right. So that's working around the Google Slide environment. Slide also bring a new slide from here. Slide you can duplicate, you can delete any of the slides. All right, then you can arrange. Okay, if you have 2 images, for example, you can tell one to be in the front, another at the back. All right, those are things you would have to also discover working on this Google slide. Let me show you what makes it really interesting. Now we're just building this on our own, right? We're just building this on our own. Now you can have themes. You can have beautiful decorations on each theme. Okay, you can change the background, layout, theme, and the transition. So let's start with theme. The theme is very important. All right. The theme is like a template that is already created for you. You don't need to start trying to build from one to the other. So once you click on theme, it will bring out different templates here for you. You can click on it. It will override whatever you had before. You can see how beautiful it's looking. I just tried to do a basic theme. So now we have a theme. The theme is the already designed templates for our pages. You can choose any other one. You can see this one, and everything else will change. All right, you can choose this colorful one as well, and everything else will also change. Okay, so you can choose the best for your presentation. Make sure you choose what will work well for whatever it is you are presenting. All right, so like some of them may not have the same thing, some will be different on each page, but I like that first one we chose, so let's stick to that, and let's quickly finish up this Google slide lecture. All right, so we move this in here. You can decide that that's what we have here. All right, so the next thing I would want you to know in Google Slides is what we call the transition. All right, the transition is very important. That's what actually makes it live. Okay, so 2 things you're going to learn. We're going to see how to put in, for example, when you're watching a TV, you see how the different pages are scrolling in and coming in. You see how text is flying in and flying out. That's what this transition is all about now. So we close these themes here by clicking this X. And then we now click on transition. Okay, so there are two types of transition. There's a transition that comes with the page going in and out, and then there's a transition that comes with the text or an image on the page. I hope you're getting that. So first of all, we put transition on the different slides. Okay, so we come in here, you can see motion, slide, transition. There is none. So we click here where it says none with an arrow here. We click here, and then we can choose several types of transition for our slides. If you tell it to dissolve, you will see the effect of the dissolve. You can play that here and see how it will dissolve. Okay, if you don't like that, you can stop that one, stop the play here, and choose maybe something more striking like a flip. Click on play. Good. See that flip? So we stop the play here so that we can do something else. You can now say, okay, I want all the slides to have the same transition, or you can choose the next slide. Okay, click here on Module 2 slide and come and choose another transition. So let's say maybe slide from right. We want to see the effect. You click on play. Wow, you see that? So you can choose several transitions for several slides, or if you just want just one transition, you click on apply to all slides. You can see it here, apply to all slides. Once you do that, you see these rings here showing you that there are transitions on all the pages, and you can still come and change any of them as you wish. So that's transition for the slide. Now let's pick on the animation for the text. So I click on Module 1 and come back right here and click on, you can see we are done with transition. We are now on object animation. So object animation, you click on add animation. So this will appear for Module 1. Don't forget there are two texts here, importance of AI and Module 1. But we picked Module 1. So what animation do we want for Module 1? We can tell it to fly in from the bottom. Okay? And for importance of AI, first of all, let's increase that text. It's a little too small. Okay, importance of AI, then we move it. How do we move it? You click on the four bars and you click on it and drag any way you want it to be. All right, so now we're taking the importance of AI box. We're putting another animation on that box for importance of AI. So we come here again. Don't forget to, on click means anytime you click, then the animation will happen. All right. There are other things there after the previous with previous, and after the previous, once the first slide goes, it will automatically come after. But if you want to click, maybe you want to be speaking while you are doing a presentation, then you leave it on click. So we'll work with that. So let's choose another animation for the importance of AI text. We can tell it to zoom out. All right, so now let's play both animations and see what happens. Okay, click again and Module 1 comes. So what we should do is to make sure that Module 1 comes before Module 2. All right, that's what it's doing there. You can see there. Let's play it again. So the slide comes, then we click Module 1, then we click, and then the importance of AI. You see that? Okay, so that's it. That's the animation. Let me see what else you need to get a hold of there. Let's stop it. Right. Object animation. Yes, flying. Yeah, great. So you can also alter the speed. Okay, slow, medium, fast, depending on what you want by paragraph. Yeah, let's do that again. Let's play again. Yes. Yeah, and that's it. So that's it. We can do that for all the, you can even do it for the image. Yes, you can do it. Let's click on module, different AI tools, and animate this ChatGPT icon. Okay, so you make sure you click on it, and then you come to object animation, add animation. We want to add animation to the ChatGPT icon. We tell it to fly. Let's see, let's spin. Okay, although we did spin earlier with the other one, but yeah, it's fine. Then we can choose. Okay, so it's very important that you put the different timings. So we don't want ChatGPT to come earlier on before the different AI tools, or you can choose that there will be no animation on the different AI tools. So it comes in straight with the screen. So now we have an animation on ChatGPT, and we are going to put another one on this second image. So make sure you click the image. All right, and then you click on add animation. So let's see, we tell it to fade in. All right, good. Fade in. Let's see if we got it. Yeah, this is it. So the first one is up here, which is the ChatGPT icon, and then this second one is to fade in on click. All right, so we're working on putting animation on the different objects. So on ChatGPT object, we put in a spin. All right, let's put in a spin, which is here already. All right, and then on this object, we have a zoom in. All right, we have a zoom in. So if you want to change them, all you need to do is click on them, and you can delete what you have. For example, the spin, you can click on the trash to remove it, and then the zoom in on the other objects, you can also click on trash to remove it. And if you want to bring it back, click on the object, ChatGPT, object animation, add animation, and then click in here and choose maybe spin. And there's the second object or text, whatever you have, you click again on add animation, and then you click on the particular animation which you have. So let's ask it to fly out to top, right? So now let's play them and see. Yeah, all right, you can see the spin. The second one, it flies to the top. Great. So this is how you create your Google slide, your presentations. You must have what you want to present in mind. Make them look really nice. Let the text not be too tiny. Don't forget it will be seen on the screen. So make sure that the text are big enough to be seen, at least from like 20, 30, 40, 50 upwards. Yes, depending on what you are, creating. All right. So you make your text at least 30 to be able to be seen easily by your audience and all of that. So that is how we create a Google slide, all right? And so we did the things, the transitions and all of you. And when you want to now click on the show, like you are ready for your presentation, what you need to do is now to click on slideshow. You can see slideshow here. Slideshow is here. You click on slideshow, and then it will begin. All right. So you begin to use your mouse or your left arrow or right arrow button to now bring in the presentation page after page or slide after slide. Okay, so you can see what we've been doing, importance of AI. So you can also, by the time if you are not presenting in an organization or an office, if you are in the school, you want to maybe create a lesson with, you can create a lesson with Google Slides, for example, and put it up here, and you have your students looking at it like it's like a film or like a movie. It's really nice. They would be able to, learn easily. It makes your teaching even smarter and more fun. So all you need to do is start to press on either the enter button or the right and left arrow to go right and left. Whatever animation you've put there will show, and that's it. Okay, so it now depends on what you want to put in. Okay, so that's it. You have a little icon here that you can use to, for your presentation. Maybe you mark what you want the people to see. You make room. You talk about it. You highlight it and all of that. That's what all of these icons here are for. That you use them during the presentation. Like a blackboard. You can delete. That's the eraser there. And all that and all that. Okay, you can draw like we've done several shapes you can see there during your presentation. You can even write, okay, and still continue during your presentation. So it's really, really cool. You can get used to them, start to use them, start to explore them. All right, so when you're done with your presentation, you click on that X and you click on the escape on your computer, and then we are good to go. Okay, slide 5, yes, and then we're good. Press on the escape key. So that's about Google Slide. And if you want to share this like we did in the Google Doc, the same thing, make sure that you remove the restriction on it, make it like anyone with the link, and then you copy the link and paste it either in someone's WhatsApp or even in an email or whatever it is you are doing. I hope you've learned and you enjoy this class on the Google Slide. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you. I remain your instructor, Kehinde Oyerunke Oshoba for Toda Digital Academy. Thank you.